So I'm Emmanuel Itier. I'm 52. I was born in France. That's why I've got an accent.
Um, Generally speaking, what was your life like as a child?
Well, they used to call me Dumbo. I was very tiny, very fat. I had ears like this and a big nose. So you can imagine that life wasn't that easy. I was bullied constantly. People used to make fun of me. Very complex it was pretty awful.
hmm Um, Describe your high school experience.
High school experience was the same because I didn't lose weight until I was like maybe 14 or 15. I think I got tired of being bullied around, so finally, my dad, who was a doctor, but also a judo instructor, kind of told me, dude, you need to lose some weight and
hmm
buff up. So that's what happened. I lost some weight and buffed up. I gained it since then, but and it helped. It gave me a sense of confidence, especially doing martial art. I think any sport actually just buffed up your mental, and that's kind of really cool. And then obviously when you lose weight, people start making fun of you because
hmm
people always try to find excuses to make fun of you, whether you're too tall, you're too large, you're too small,
Yeah.
your color is not right. I mean, it's sad. It's sad. I'm not sure why people pick at each other, but it seems to be the trend in society.
hmm
It's really sad.
Did you or a loved one ever have to deal with substance abuse?
No, I was lucky. I wasn't raised in a family because my dad was a doctor and my mom a teacher. So I was lucky compared to other friends not to be exposed with substance abuse or
hmm
alcohol. I mean, being French, we always moderately consume wine or whatever, but and not as a kid. I think first time I drank, I was maybe 16 or 17.
hmm
It's typical things stealing the alcohol of your parents. So I was lucky. I wasn't raised in a family where there were that type of issues. You must have, and that's I can imagine the difficulties if you're raised in an environment like this, or it has to affect you, and eventually you get yourself addicted.
hmm
It's tough, especially at my time when I grew up. Kids who used to well, we didn't have vaping, but definitely there was marijuana or coke or drugs and
hmm
alcohol. But the kids doing that, it was a minority. It was maybe, I would say, not even 10%. And now it seems to me it's reverse. It's like 70, 80% are vaping and doing marijuana. On top of that, it's legal. So, when you legalize all the substances, it looks like it's normal and you should even enjoy it. So
hmm
it's we are sending mixed messages to this to our kids, and it's not necessarily what we might want.
And did this bullying happen through all 4 years of high school, or was it only at certain points?
Yeah, it was at the same point. I would say it was mid school and maybe the first or second year of high school.
hmm
And then that's when physically I changed. I become more muscle, more toned down. And so people thought, whoa, what's going on? Like he's becoming King Kongs.
hmm
So I went from little piggy to big ape, alpha male. So
When and why did it get better, or what were the turning points?
turning point, like I said before, it's like doing martial art,
hmm
losing weight, eating good, because that's the only thing, unless you're taught what to eat. As a kid, you gotta just go for the candies and the crab and the potatoes, chips, and the hot dogs. It's
hmm
just it's what you see in the commercial, on TV, movies. So I think my parents said, okay, that's enough. We need to have an intervention, and they did.
hmm
And
hmm
so I started to direct movies when I was 15, and that's definitely, again, gave me a sense of confidence because I would get to school and suddenly I was a director. I would say to some of them were borderline bullies, saying, you know what, next weekend we're all gonna get together. I'm gonna get that camera. You're gonna be a director of photography. You're gonna hold the light. Da, da, da. And suddenly people are like, oh my God, what is that? It's young Spielberg, So,
hmm
and not that I was, but at least I found a meaning to my life. And I think you do get better when you give a meaning, a sense to your life. And until then, you kind of drift. You don't know what you're good at. You don't know what you're gonna do. So it's a process. So you have to be patient with yourself, and sometimes you have to be disciplined and focused to find the means to your end and see where you're going. So again, we are all happy and unhappy. And that's why we shouldn't judge each other, and that's why we should help each other. Anyway, be all you can be. Don't doubt of yourself, just go for it.
You only get one shot, do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime.